Hello dears, our topic today is about a full revision for the high level or advanced level, the AL, for those who are studying the close-up, and for the second preparatory. What will we cover? We'll cover vocabulary, multiple choice, grammar, multiple choice and rewriting, poetry, multiple choice and questions, the Wuthering Heights, the novel, all the questions, and as we said, for the second preparatory, we study the close-up. So let's go. Exercise number 1. Choose the correct answer. She usually got to school on foot. Usually is a keyword for what? Correct is a keyword for the present simple. So the correct answer is goes. Should you dot hard, you will pass. Omission of if using should. First condition will plus infinitive, so we need to use present. Should you? Correct. Should you study hard, you will pass. Jen and John dot TV now. Now is a keyword for what? You are right, is a keyword for the present continuous. What is the correct answer? Jana and John are watching. Were she kind? She dot forgive you. Second conditional using where plus adjective. Second conditional we use would or could or might, auxiliary verb. Second conditional, the correct answer is would. Where he got money, he would buy a new mobile. Where he plus 2 plus infinitive. Second conditional, would plus infinitive. Correct. Were he to have money, he would buy a new mobile. All about if conditional. There are series of videos on our channel, so please go and check for more details. If he got my advice, he wouldn't have failed. Wouldn't have failed. This is the third conditional of if, so we are using a past perfect. If he, correct, if he had followed my advice, he wouldn't have failed. Do you need dot water? Water is uncountable. Few is used for countable but not enough. A few is countable but enough. Some for countable and uncountable. So we should select some. Do you need some water? While Andrew dot the street, he saw an accident. While and is are keywords for the past continuous, and the past continuous, as we know, is verb to be in the past plus verb ing. So our correct answer is while Andrew was crossing the street, he saw an accident. Two accidents were happening actually in the past, and one of them interrupted the other. The correct answer is was crossing. Let's have some question about the stories. About the story Wuthering Heights. I will be answering all the questions about the story in this video, in different parts in this video. Let's start. What message did Heathcliff give to Cathy? That Linton got very sick when she stopped sending letters. This is the message. What was the reason of the quarrel between Linton and Cassie? لينتون وكيسي كان بيتشاجروا كلاميا. What was the reason? Linton told Cassie that her mother loved Heathcliff and hated Edgar, and she told him that his father hated Linton's mother. Okay. Why did Cassie go every night to Wuthering Heights? Was she happy? To visit Linton, and she was happy as they were playing and singing. How did Heathcliff show his true feeling towards Cassie? He slapped her on her head. يعني ضربها على رأسها. How did Cassie escape from the heights, Wuthering Heights? Who will be answering? Correct. She convinced Linton to open the door for her. She convinced Linton to open the door for her. Why did Joseph want to leave? Who knows the answer? Because Harleton made a flower bed in the garden for Cathy. Let's have some exercise, multiple choice. Suppose Ahmed hurries, he don't catch the bus. Suppose has the same meaning as if, and this is the first conditional, present simple. The answer is he will catch the bus. In case, same meaning of if, she don't let, she won't let in, she won't is first conditional, so we should be using present simple. The correct answer is in case she comes. Unless you take the medicine, you won't dot. After will or will not, shall or shall not, should or should not. All the auxiliary verbs are followed by the infinitive, and the infinitive of recover is correct. You want to recover. As long as they don't save money, they don't buy a new house. As long as, same meaning of if, they don't, first conditional, so we'll use correct. They will buy a new house. He told us that he dot football. Told us in direct speech. You can't see present simple or present continuous or present perfect. Any kind of present, okay, is not used in the indirect speech or in the reporting speech. So our correct answer is no present at all in the indirect or the reporting speech. So the correct answer is like it. Tariq told us that he had visited his aunt 2 weeks. In direct speech, ago is changed into before, so the correct answer is 2 weeks before. Correct. Have you ever dot to Sharm el-Sheikh? Ever, okay, is a key word for the present perfect. Have plus past participle of verb to be. Have you ever? Correct. Have you ever been to شرم الشيخ؟ هل رحت قبل كده شرم الشيخ؟ In case, same meaning as if. Okay, in case they dot, they would succeed. Would succeed, second conditional, so we need past simple in here. In case they, correct, in case they studied. Let's get back to the story. What were the strange stories? The strange stories that a boy with sheep saw Heathcliff and little woman where his sheep didn't move. The sheep of that boy, of course. What was the reason of the quarrel between Linton and Cathy? Linton told Cassie that her mother loved Heathcliff and hated Edgar, and she told him that his father hated Linton's mother. This was a quarrel, fighting but by words. Why did Cassie go every night to Wuthering Heights? And was she happy? To visit Linton, and she was happy as they were playing and singing. She was singing to him. How did Heathcliff show his true feelings towards Cassie? He slapped her on her head. How did Cassie escape from the heights? Correct. She convinced Linton to open the door for her. Why did Joseph want to leave? Because Harleton made a flower bed in the garden for Cathy. He taught in England for 10 years. 4 is a keyword for the present perfect, so we need to use a present perfect answer. So the correct answer is he has lived. Last week, Amira got engaged. Last week is a keyword for the past simple, so the correct answer is got engaged. Unless she taught her parents, she will be punished. Unless, make sure that it is not followed by negative. Unless she doesn't obey, negative, so it shouldn't come after unless. Unless she obeys, unless she hates her parents, doesn't give a meaning. Unless she hates her parents, she will be punished. Of course, unless she obeys her parents, she won't be punished. If we hit ice, it dot. Scientific fact, zero condition, present. It melts, correct. Had you treated her well, she taught you. The omission of if, using a head. Third conditional. Third conditional of if. What is the answer? Had you treated her well, she. Correct. She wouldn't have abandoned you. ما كانتش سابتك ومشيت لو كنت عملتها كويس. If I dot a bird, I would fly high. Imaginary situation. Second conditional if. Second conditional if with verb to be, all the pronouns, all the subject in the sentence, followed by where. So the correct answer is, if I were a bird, I would fly high. I taught him since 2018. Who will be answering? Correct. Since is present perfect, so the correct answer is I haven't seen him since 2018. Jonathan got a novel this time yesterday. This time yesterday is a keyword for the past continuous. Separate videos for all tenses are on the channel, so you may refer to it to get more knowledge and more details about the tenses. Past continuous. Jonathan was reading a novel this time yesterday. Correct. On condition she arrives early. On condition acts as if. On condition هنا بنستخدمها وكأننا بنستخدم if. First conditional, present simple. So she, correct, she will attend. Where he did well, he would join the team. Where, when used instead of if, in case of if omission. Where plus subject plus to plus infinitive. Were he to practice well, he would join the team. I taught him. Had I known his mobile number. Had I known his mobile number, this is using a had instead of if, and in this case we are in the third conditional. So let's select the correct answer. I taught him. Had I known his mobile number. Correct, I could have invited. She is behaving as if she dot the Queen of England. بنقول هنا ان هي بتتعامل وكأنها ملكة انجلترا. Imaginary. So the correct answer is as if with verb to be. Imaginary situation. As if she were the queen. The train dot at 7 a.m. exactly. This is timetable schedule for train to depart. يعني مواعيد مغادرة القطارات. فهنستخدم دايما مع مواعيد المغادرة أو مواعيد قدوم قطارات أو طائرات أو غيرها، أو بدء مثلا مسرحية، بدء فيلم في السينما، أو بدء مسرحية في المسرح، أو مغادرة سيارات النقل العام، أو مغادرة القطارات، أو مغادرة الطائرات، أو قدومهم. هنستخدم present simple. Correct answer is the train departs. بيغادر. You can stay here as long as you dot quiet. As long as used instead of if. You can stay is first conditional, so we need to use present simple. The present simple is if you, as you keep quiet, as you keep quiet. As long as, we can say if you keep quiet. But for dot, I couldn't have managed this. بدون مساعدتك ما كنتش هنجح في ان انا انفذ الحاجة دي. Followed by noun. But for your help. Correct. The plane dot at 8 p.m. We agreed that in schedule or timetable we are using a present simple. The correct answer, the plane arrives. Correct. How dot money did you pay? Money is uncountable. Correct. How much? Though he has dot friends, he is happy. Positive meaning. Friend is countable. A little for uncountable. A few for countable. And it has a positive or enough. Few doesn't have the same positive meaning of a few. So the correct answer is, according to this sentence, he has a few friends. There is no juice in the jar. Juice is uncountable. Many for countable, few for countable, much for uncountable. The correct answer is much. There is much juice in the jar. There is not rice, but it is still enough. Positive meaning. Rice is uncountable. Uncountable with positive meaning, we are using a little. Correct. She spends dot hours studying. Hours, countable, noun. We can say 1 hour, 4 hours, 100 hours. Much is for uncountable, little for uncountable, so we will select she spends few hours. There isn't dot water in the bottle. Water uncountable. There isn't. Now we are perfect in the multiple choice. There isn't much water. There is dot bread left. Bread is uncountable. Make sure that you know that bread is uncountable. Where is uncountable here? There is little. Little bread left. Correct. I taught Muhammad 2 days ago. Ago is a keyword for the past simple, so we need to use past simple. The correct answer is I met. Ash.tv. The bell rang. As and while are keywords for the past continuous, so we need to use past continuous. The correct answer is as she was watching. In 2011, the 25th of January revolution, I have a date in the past, so I will be using past simple. What is the correct answer? The 25th of January revolution took place. Correct. Took place means happened. He said that he got ill. Said that is the indirect or reporting speech. With reporting speech, since it is in the past, okay, we don't use any present in the sentence. He takes was as verb to be in the past, so the correct answer is he was. Rauda told us that she had bought a mobile. Reporting speech or indirect speech. We can't use yesterday since yesterday is a direct speech. The next day is a future of tomorrow, and the day before is the indirect speech of yesterday. So the correct answer is the day before or the previous day. Kiro said that he did buy a new shirt the next day. Indirect. The next day. Indirect. So we use correct. He would buy. Paula is dot then Khaled. Comparative and superlative. The comparative is, since we see then, we put the adjective followed by er is shorter than. Correct. Tamer said, I'm visiting my aunt. This is indirect or direct. This is still direct speech. So Tamer said, I'm visiting my aunt tomorrow. Rana said, I watched dot film 2 days ago. Still we are direct speech. So film is singular. So we use this or that. Correct. In the still we are direct speech, so we use this. Let's get back to the story. Some situation, we need to know said by who, to whom, and what was the situation. Very important. There is nobody there. It's yourself in the mirror. This was said by Diane to Catherine when Catherine saw her reflection in the mirror and thought it was a ghost and started to act madly. Don't mention his mother to me. Give him something to eat. Who said that? Correct. Heathcliff. To whom? To Joseph. When Joseph said that Linton is like his mother. He is safe and I am free. Speaker. Kathy. To Heathcliff. When Linton died and no more maltreatment. How can you live without books? Who said that? Correct. Lockwood. To whom? To Kathy. When? What was the situation? On knowing that she hadn't had any books. لما عرف ان هي ما كانش عندها ولا كتاب فلوكوود قال لكاثي ازاي عايشة من غير اي كتاب. Choose the correct answer. Peter asked me the door. Indirect speech. Request. So we should be using correct to plus infinitive to open. Were Amira to do more efforts, she dot gain less weight. Second conditional, using where instead of if. Omission of if. Complete video about the omission of if is on our channel. I advise you to go and check. Second conditional, we use would. The science teacher ordered us dot noise. To make noise, no meaning. It has no meaning. Not to make noise, sense. Making, same as to make. I mean in the meaning, not in grammatically. So the science teacher ordered us not to make. Correct. At the moment they dot lunch. At the moment is a keyword for the present continuous, same as now. Present continuous formation is verb to be in the present plus verb plus ing. All tenses are fully explained in videos on our channel. and I advise you to go and check as well. We need to use present continuous. They are having, correct. The nurse said, we are still in the direct, so she will say, or she said, don't disturb the patient, correct. How many dot did he buy? How many loaf? How many bread? How many loaves? This is very important. مهمة الجملة دي، خلي بالنا عشان كلمة bread نفسها uncountable، لكن لما نيجي نقول رغيف، تمام، أو رغيفين أو 3 بنستخدم كلمة لوف للمفرد واحد بس، لوفز العدد أكتر من واحد من الأرغفة. فطالما عندي ميني يبقى أنا هستخدم حاجة countable، فهستخدم لوفز. كم عدد الأرغفة التي اشتراها؟ I'm a bit late. Do you remember the question tag? I'm a bit late. Special case with I, we say aren't I in the question tag. I'm late. Aren't I? Catherine is beautiful. Don't she? Is in the question tag. Change it into isn't she? Catherine is beautiful. Isn't she? Rewrite. Grammar. She's not queen, or she's not a queen. She does not wear the crown. Use if. Imaginary. بنتخيل لو هي الملكة كانت هتلبس التاج. If she were a queen, she would wear the crown. Second conditional, imaginary, with verb to be, all the pronoun takes were. He didn't study, he failed the exam. The fact is that he didn't study and he failed the exams. Now we are using it to have imaginary situation or imaginary result. Imaginary result. هنقول لو كان هو ذاكر كان ما كانش هيسقط أو كان هينجح. Using it is indicating to us that we are going to use the third conditional. Had he studied hard, he couldn't have failed the exams. Had he studied hard, he couldn't have failed the exams. خلي بالنا من الأمثلة ديت والأسئلة ديت، وخصوصا الثيرد conditional، لأنها بتتكلم دايما عن imaginary result، نتائج تخيلية. هي حاجة حصلت بس احنا نتخيل انها لو ما حصلتش، او حاجة ما حصلتش واحنا نتخيل انها لو حصلت، والنتيجة كانت هتكون ايه. He doesn't obey his parents. His parents punish him. بنقول بقى لو كان هو بيسمع كلام والديه ما كانوش هيعاقبوه. Imaginary second conditional. Use were. Were he to obey his parents, his parents wouldn't punish him. لو كان بيسمع كلام والديه مش هيعاقبوه. They don't play well. They get low score. We are using should. Okay. When we use should instead of if, we can use it as first conditional. Should they play well, they won't get low score. By the way, we can use should as a second conditional. We can say should they play well, they wouldn't get low score. This is second conditional. And how did we know that it is a second conditional? Because we used would. instead of will, or we used wouldn't instead of won't. In all cases, the verb here is in the infinitive form or the basic form. Some story questions. Why didn't Linton's mother tell him about his father? She was afraid he would leave her and live with his father. leave هنا هيمشي ويسيبها، وليف هنا هيسكن مع أو يعيش مع والده. فنخلي بالنا من leave وليف. Why did Heathcliff hate his son? مين هيجاوب؟ Correct. Cause his son reminded him of his mother, whom Heathcliff didn't want to remember. Did Cassie have any birthday parties and why? No. The reason? Because of her mother's death. How old was Kathy when she met Linton again? How was that meeting? She was 16. They talked, laughed, and played. What was Heathcliff's answer to Kathy when she asked him why he didn't visit them? That Edgar hated him because he had been poor when he married his mother. How did Edgar get sick? When he was walking with his daughter. What did Cassie's father tell her about Linton? He told her that Linton lost his mother and he was not as strong as she was. Also told her that she wouldn't expect him to play with her. Rewrite. Sammy didn't study well. Sammy wouldn't succeed. We are using but for, so we are using gerund or the noun. But for studying well, the gerund. And when we are using but for, make sure that you are using third conditional. Third conditional of if, of course. But for studying well, Sammy wouldn't have succeeded. لو ما كانش سامي ذاكر ما كانش هينجح. Third conditional. gerund. Ali said to me, open the door. Use it as in indirect. Or I can ask you, change it into indirect, or begin with Ali said that. Same question. Ali asked me to open the door, because here it is a request. We are using ask in the past. Ali asked me, the verb, okay, in the infinitive form preceded by do. Ali asked me to open the door. She says, I am little bit nervous. Use it in a report speech. خلينا ناخد بالنا طالما هنا بنتكلم في الدايركت سبيتش وفي المضارع، يبقى لما هنيجي نحولها للاندايركت هنخليها مش هنغير ولا زمن ولا كلمة لما هنيجي نحولها لريبورتنج او اندايركت. عشان كده هنلاقي الإجابة she says that she's a bit nervous or a little bit nervous. Samia said I bought this new shirt 2 days ago. Samia said that, or use indirect, or use a reporting speech. What will we do? Samia said that, okay. She, the past simple, change it to past perfect. This change it to that. And ago change it to before. Correct. Some situations. A good heart will improve your face. Said by Diane to Heathcliff. What was the situation? Correct. Diane's advice for Heathcliff to be a better person. She's a bad girl, you'd better go home. Said by speaker was Diane. She was speaking to Edgar. For Edgar to leave Catherine alone when she got crazy hitting everybody or everyone at Wuthering Heights. Here and there, hitting her head and her heart dramatically. They both tell me I'm wrong. Speaker. Correct, Catherine. To Diane. When Diane asked Catherine if she was right marrying Edgar, where Diane thought that this was a wrong decision. Honest men don't have to hide their lives. Who said that? Isabella said that to Diane. When Isabella told Diane that she fell in love with Heathcliff, and Diane told her to stay away from him as he had not been an honest person. Okay. All the question of the story will be answered in this video. كل الأسئلة بتاعة القصة أو بتاعة الرواية Wuthering Heights هنلاقي إجابتها في الفيديو هنا. You are happy only when you make others or other people unhappy. Speaker. Catherine. 2. Heathcliff. When she saw Heathcliff kissing Isabella and asked him to leave Isabella alone, but Heathcliff said it was not her business. It was not Catherine's business. Correct. Rewrite. He said, I was playing the guitar all day yesterday. You told us. He told us that he had been playing the guitar all day the previous day. Yesterday changed to previous day, and the past continuous changed to past perfect continuous. Had been playing. خلي بالنا من المثال ده أو من تحويل ال past continuous ل past perfect continuous. had plus been plus verb ing. وكل الدايركت والاندايركت سبيتش موجودين في فيديوهات عندنا على القناة بالتفصيل مع أمثلة وإكسرسايزات كتيرة عليها. Nora was watching the video on English for all YouTube channel. نورا بتتفرج كانت على فيديو خاص بالإنجليزي على English for all YouTube channel قناتنا English for all YouTube channel. وده هيخلي نورا تبقى متفوقة جدا هي وأصدقائها لما هتقول لهم على استخدام القناة والفيديوهات القيمة اللي عليها. We need to make a question for this. What was Nora doing? He doesn't take the medicine. He doesn't feel better. هنستخدم where second conditional. okay. خلينا نشوف. بنقول لو كان بياخد الدواء كان حاسس بتحسن. were he to take were he to plus infinitive. second condition, so we will use would or could. were he to take the medicine, he would feel better. Excellent. They said they have taken exercise. We need to make it in. They said they have taken exercise. Start with they said that. They said that they had taken exercise. We changed the present perfect, have taken, to past perfect, had taken. What did Diane do with the letter from Isabella? Diane kept it 4 years with her. What happened to Isabella after leaving Wuthering Heights? What happened? Correct. She went to Diane and wanted to take some clothes and the money for the carriage. She had a son, and both of them were very or severely ill. What was the secret that Catherine told Diane? The secret was that Catherine would marry Edgar and take his money to educate Heathcliff. Describe Isabella when Diane visited her. She was ugly, her hair looked terrible, wearing a dirty dress, and having scars on her face. What was the influence of Catherine's death on Heathcliff? He was sad and struck his head to the wall and bled. How did Hindley treat Heathcliff after his father's death? عامله ازاي؟ Hindley made Heathcliff live with servant and stopped educating him and didn't allow him to play with Catherine. How did Edgar look after Catherine when she was ill? He took care of her, brought her some flowers, and tried to move her to another room to please her. He never got late. Never is negative, okay? And if we are using never to make a negative for present simple, and the subject was he, she, it, the verb still keeps the S. She never arrives. Correct. He is such an dot person. He has an exaggerated sense of his own abilities. واحد شايف نفسه، فده بنقول عليه ايه؟ بنقول عليه arrogant ولا excellent ولا angry؟ بنقول عليه arrogant، متغطرس أو متكبر. Don't determine how our children look like. ايه اللي بيبين لنا او اللي بيحدد الأطفال بيبقى شكلهم عامل ازاي؟ فاكرين؟ excellent. genes. She takes her mother they have similar appearance. the phrasal verb اللي هو الفيرب لما بيبقى جاي مع حروف جر وتتغير معاني الفيرب مع تغير حرف الجر اللي جاي ورا الفيرب. she takes. okay, take after means look like يعني يشبه اللي هو as simple. so our answer is she takes after. take after means look like, but look after means to take care of. Don't confuse between look after, which means to take care of, and take after, which means look similar. Lately Rania got in love with her new colleague. In love, the verb will be fell in love. Correct. Sammy lost his pencil case and he was looking it. Looking after, looking for, looking up. Look for means to find, try to find. Correct answer is look for. Enjoy and dot fun years. Dot fun, keep fun, get fun, have fun. The correct answer is have fun. Correct. John always turns to his parents for advice. Turn to, turns on, turns off. Turn on and turn off with appliances مع الأجهزة أو مع اللايت النور. turn to إن هو هنا بيريفير أو بيرجع لوالديه عشان ياخد منهم النصيحة. so John always turns to his parents for advice. Andrew was very sad as his grandpa passed back, passed away, passed by. Correct. Pass away means died, so he was sad. Amir dot the puzzle together. He put all parts together. We have the expression piece together means to collect together the separate parts. So the correct answer is Amir pieced together. Doctors always advise us to eat dot food. To eat. Correct. Fresh food. He is a or an dot. He competes in running and jumping اللي هي بنسميها اللي هي ألعاب القوة. He is an athlete. Correct. Mom dot the potatoes using the knife. ماما بتقشر البطاطس بتستخدم السكينة. The correct verb answer is peels. We move food around using a spoon. We chop, stir, peel. So we stir it. Is a green vegetable that we eat. Barcelona, Barclays, broccoli. Barcelona and Barclays are towns in England actually, and the broccoli is a green vegetable we eat. Sajid, a person called Sajid, is doing too much efforts to dot his English. نلاقي ان ساجد بيبذل مجهود كبير جدا عشان يحسن من اللغة الانجليزية بتاعته. طبعا الافضل ليه ان هو يخش على قناة English for All، هيحسن الانجليزي بتاعه كويس جدا. To improve, approve, green. Correct. To improve. What was the secret that Catherine told Diane? The secret was that Catherine would marry Edgar and take his money to educate Heathcliff. What was the influence of Catherine's death on Heathcliff? He was very sad and struck his head to the wall and bled. How did Edgar look after Catherine when she was ill? He took care of her, brought her some flowers, and tried to move her to another room to please her. Okay. Who did earn shopping from Liverpool? He brought a dirty boy from a street whose name was Heathcliff. How did Heathcliff get horse he wanted? He asked Hindley to give him his horse, else he will tell and show Hindley's father what he had done and show the marks on his hands. Choice. The police found the dot of the crime. Correct. The evidence. Saudi Arabia is in the Gulf dot. Region, religion, regulation. In the Gulf region. Correct. Peter is dot. In everything he is really different. Someone who is different, he is correct, he is unique. Rumaisa found dot that Nora lied to her. Found, correct, found out, discovered. Ali and Samia dot up, looked up, brought up, broke up, فصلوا. Andrew is brought dot in a warm family, raised, brought up, which means raised, اتربى في عيلة مرتبطة. Dot is the study of family history, genealogy, correct. Dad brought us some. Dessert. Okay. Choose the correct answer. Muhammad is a dot person. He is really trustworthy. Is reliable. Dot is a mass of ice on the top of mountains. Correct. Glacier is a man-made small area of water. Pond. Though he was lost in the desert, he رغم انه هو فقد طريقه في الصحراء إلا انه survived. The dot species is an animal or plant in danger of being disappeared. The correct. The endangered. Human dot are important for project's completion. Human. Correct. Human resources. Raw river is a very small river that is called a. The small river is called. Correct. It's called a stream. Many dot have been developed to find the vaccine for COVID-19. Many researches, speeches, survivals. Many researches. Correct. Now we are talking about the figure of speech. Let's have some explanation about the poetry. We have something called the figures of speech. Figures of speech are simile, metaphor, personification, and the contrast. Simile is a direct comparison between two things that are basically unlike, using the words like and as. Okay, this is a simile. We can say the man is as brave as the lion, the girl is as beautiful as the moon. Okay, the metal is as shiny as the gold, etc. ميتافور ده التشبيه، ده اللي هو بنسميه الكناية أو الاستعارة ميتافور. The metaphor is an indirect comparison between two unlike things but not using like or as. يعني if we say the girl is a moon is a metaphor, but if we say the girl is as a moon is a simile. Personification, it is a kind of metaphor where an object is spoken of as of a person. يعني مثلا لما نيجي نقول تشخيص، لما مثلا نشخص كأن الأرض بتتكلم، كأن النهر بيتكلم، وهكذا، كأن المون أو القمر بيتكلم. تمام. If we say the sky is crying, the sky is crying, which means that it is raining, so it is a personification. We described the sky as a girl that is crying, where its tears is, or its water is the tears of the girl. The contrast, two opposite words in the meaning, which actually shows the meaning very well, like day and night, black and white, short and tall. Okay, brave and the coward. We have also something called the musical figures. Repetition, تكرار, alliteration. Okay, and by alliteration we mean when two or more words in one line of the poetry begin with the same sound or letter. Like if we are using the word here, there, they have the same sound. If we are saying tall talk, okay, they are having the same sound, alliteration, where with the same starting letter of the word. So alliteration بنكرر في حرف بيتكرر في كذا كلمة في نفس البيت من الشعر، أو مش تكرار حرف لكن تكرار sound أو نغمة معينة. Resonance actually using one word or phrase more than once، يعني بنكرر كلمة أو بنكرر عبارة أكتر من مرة في نفس بيت الشعر. Rhyme scheme actually it is the repetition of the last sound, like if we say made, said. Okay, now we will have some exercise. This is a poetry called Day. I'm busy, said the sea, I'm busy, think of me, making continents to be. I'm busy, said the sea. I'm busy, said the rain, when I fall it's not in vain, wait and you will see the grain. I'm busy, said the rain. I'm busy, said the air, blowing here and blowing there, Up and down and everywhere, I'm busy, said the air. I'm busy, said the sun. All my plans, everyone. No, my work is never done. I'm busy, said the sun. Sea and rain and the air and sun. Here is the fellow Tyler, one whose task will soon be done. Now we will implement what we have already learned earlier in poetry. I'm busy, said the sea. I'm busy, said the rain. I'm busy, said the air. I'm busy, said the sun. The musical figure is repetition, okay, because he's repeating I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy, okay. So repetition using the phrase more than once. Said the sea, said the rain, said the air, said the sun. The figure of speech here is personification. Why personification? Because the sea, the air and sun are as man who says, okay, شبه البحر وشبه المطر وشبه الجو وشبه الشمس بشخص بيتحدث، فده personification. Rain, vein and green, the musical figure our rhyme scheme هنا repetition of the last sound, i.e. vein بينتهي ب in, in, in. So this is the rhyme scheme, our rhyme scheme. Repetition of the last sound, vein, rain and green. Blowing here and blowing there. Musical figure. Repetition using the word more than once, the word blowing. And finally, here and there, the musical figure, alliteration, repeating the sound in the same line, here, there, same sound, but not starting with the same letter. If you like this video, kindly subscribe to the channel by pressing the subscribe button below the video. Don't forget to activate the bell to ensure that you will receive notification about all new videos that we are putting on the channel. If you like, kindly to like the video, share it with your friends on all groups that you are a part of or you are administrator of. طبعا لو عجبكم الفيديو هتعملوا لايك، هتشتركوا في القناة وهتنشطوا زر الجرس عشان تضمنوا ان هيجيلكم اختارات بأي فيديوهات جديدة احنا بننزلها على القناة. وما ننساش ان احنا نشارك الفيديو ده مع زمايلنا ونشاركه على الجروبات المختلفة عشان غيرنا يستفيد.